So the weather's heating up. We want to protect our homes and our cars and our pets. And of course, our gardens that we've spent so much time on.
I know, and now we're into that stretch where it's going to get really hot and it's going to test how much water our plants get. That's why we brought in meteorologist Mark Johnson. I like to call it our green thumb segment.
Listen,
what have you brought for us?
I brought in a tomato plant right here, and I brought in a shishito pepper plant, which actually has shishitos on it. If you want to try one, just pluck it off.
Well, no,
take a little bite.
At the moment, but I will.
I'll try it.
Later.
Yeah, take a little bite.
Go
Is it going to be okay?
Yeah, it's going to be
Could
great.
that be one of the 10 that's really spicy?
It could be. 1 out of 10 of shishitos are spicy.
I asked Mark that. This is like
seed and all.
Spin the wheel peppers.
Yeah, just go. That's how you eat them. Is it hot? No, it's not.
No, it's not hot, but I have to say, is this fully right? Is this ready to eat?
It's ready to eat, but I grill them in olive oil, salt, and pepper, blister them up a little bit for a minute on the grill, and serve them with yum yum sauce, and you'll go wild over it.
Wow,
Okay, but how do people at home keep their plants alive in the heat that we're seeing?
I got bad news. You're going to lose a lot of tomatoes this week in this heat wave.
Yeah.
What I mean is you're not going to lose the plant. You're going to lose the tomato set. Because here's your little tomato flower cluster right here. If it's going to bloom during this week of 90+ degree heat, tomato flowers and pepper flowers do not like it that hot.
No, okay.
Because what you have is a complete tomato in here. It's just not pollinated yet. The pollen is actually at the top of the flower.
Okay.
At the bottom of the flower is where the bees come and they take the pollen from the top of the flower and they move it down to the bottom. But when it's 90 degrees or hotter, guess what happens to that pollen? It's not powder anymore, it turns to gel.
Oh,
like jelly. So it can't move down. So what's going to happen to this cluster of flowers if I put it outside this week? This cluster will bloom and then die without any tomato fruit set on it.
Okay.
So you're going to have a whole section on all of your tomato plants outside. There's not much you can do about it that are not going to have tomatoes on them for that section of the plant. Now, it's going to grow and prosper later on once this heat wave is over, but you're going to lose a lot of tomatoes. Now, you could shade them.
That's what Christy was asking me earlier.
You can shade them and drop that temp 10 degrees, and that will help.
Okay.
You've got to keep them watered because another issue we're going to have, too, with this heat wave is you're going to get a lot of blossom end rot. It's not that you don't have calcium in the soil. It's because you're letting them dry out, and the roots can't take that calcium up to the flower.
Can I ask a question real quickly? For people who aren't necessarily just looking at their tomato plants, they're looking at all their plants, is there a specific time to be watering? Because is it worth it to go out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when it's hot and water?
Listen, if you have a plant in distress and you need to water it, it doesn't matter what time. Get out there and put that water on. You showed me a picture of your hydrangea in the sun, and it is like, oh,
it's wilting.
You better water that.
We're on a schedule with it.
I like to water in the morning. Just keep the water consistent and constant during this heat wave. All right, you'll get tomatoes again, just not this week.
How about that?
All right.
Mr. Green Thumb.
All right, how's
Mark Johnson.
Pretty good? I'm going to have one right now. Huh? Oh, that's a hot one. Oh, boy.